Beneath Hoarfrost Reach's bone-chip wind, a tracker's footprint holds in mid-crunch. The ice breathes. A shadow peels from the glacier's flank scales, glinting like frost-rimed teeth. Guild notes whisper of Velkhana's balance, not chaos, but a slow, sacred unmaking. The Velkhana's hunter's bow balance at twitches, unspent sacred dread. What does the ice hunger for when its queen is caged in ritual? The guild's ice charts mask glyphic lattice, each snowflake a cipher for a bound elder's breath. Hunters track balance while the frozen veins of Velkhana pulse with veiled invocations. What do the guild's ranked tiers measure, if not compliance? The frost blooms that choke the tundra are no natural phenomenon. They are sigils, slow burning. Every sanctioned hunt carves a notch in the ritual's countdown. The ice does not merely kill, it remembers asterisk. And beneath the queen's prison, the cult's arithmetic grows colder. How many more carcasses must feed the snow's hunger before the glyphs fracture? The guild's mandate was never conservation. It was containment, and the ice is patient. The guild's reach extends unbroken. Old world, new world, Kamuriach bound by its mandate, wildlife management, rank, research. Velkhana's hoarfrost was catalogued as a stabilizer, a keystone species, yet the hoarfrost reach is no mere biome. It is a convergence point, a ritual calculus. Ice-veined spires do not form by accident. The guild's archives classify Velkhana as apex predator, but what if apex means architect? The ice-veiled elder dragons are not anomalies. They are architects. The guild's policies, its permits for controlled hunts were never about balance. They were a key. A slow-turning key, the snow's hunger, yes, but the hunger is not random, it is a script. The guild's wildlife mandates were never about preservation, they were blueprints, and the ice patient has been building. What does a cult need but silence, but compliance, but cold? The hoarfrost reach is no frontier, it is a temple. And every sanctioned hunt, a hymn, what does the ice demand in return? The question is not why Velkhana was allowed to thrive, the question is who fed it. The expedition logs chart a relentless migration, Velkhana's spectral form, gliding toward Safi'jiva's lair like a shadow drawn to its blade. Ice forms beneath its claws, not randomly, but in spirals, in lattices, in patterns that repeat across Hoarfrost Reach. Guild researchers label them frost blooms, a byproduct of ecological balance. They film the formations, their lenses fogging, their breath crystallizing it none step closer. The ice does not merely freeze, it invites asterisk. Shards align into constellations, no map records. Grooves carve hieroglyphs, no language deciphers. Velkhana circles these shrines, its breath a hymn in a tongue older than the guild's own lexicon. The frozen dominion is not a kingdom, it is a threshold asterisk. Every frost-laced spire, every frozen tear that drips from Velkhana's maw, is a thread in a tapestry the guild dare not name. They claim balance, but balance does not converge asterisk. Balance does not yearn asterisk. The ice's geometry defies nature's randomness. It whispers of a design ritual geometry etched by hands colder than death. Safi'jiva's lair is no accident. It is the heart of a circuit, a node in a web spun by something vast, something veiled in frost and forgotten oaths. The guild's dismissal is a lie of omission. They know the patterns were not meant for their eyes. They know the ice does not feed Velkhana. Velkhana asterisk feeds the ice asterisk, and the ice hungers. The frozen dominion's stillness is a held breath, a pause before the ritual's next verse, what stirs beneath the glacier's weight. What elder hymn does Velkhana chant, its voice a chisel against the veil? The guild's ecological balance is no accident. It is a ritual a slow, deliberate act of awakening. The question is no longer who fed Velkhana. The question is what did it birth? The guild's logs show patterns, siege commissions repeat, migratory routes align. Each incursion into Hoarfrost Reach follows a cycle older than the guild itself. Darren Morin's crossings were chaos beasts pulled by hunger, by instinct. Velkhana's movements, precision, a blade turned in a lock, ecological balance. The term clings to Iceborne like frost to bone, a convenient truth this balance, a lie polished by repetition. What if the guild did not study Velkhana? What if they answered its call, each commission a thread in a tapestry? Each kill a glyph in an awakening script. The ice does not shift without reason. The Dominion's breath carves canyons, not ecosystems. A dragon that shapes its prison is no prisoner, and yet, the guild's maps show more than snow and stone. They show corridors, veins of ancient ice untouched by time, waiting. Balance is a performance, a ritualistic performance. The question is not why Velkhana feeds. The question is who taught it to hunger. The cold end lies ahead, but the truth lingers in the cracks. In the silence between migrations, in the ice that remembers, what if the guild's oldest records are not warnings? What if they are invitations? The ice is not empty, it is a vault, and Velkhana is its key. The equal dragon weapon was not a weapon, it was a cage. The guild's first mistake was believing elder dragons could be caged. Second mistake, thinking Velkhana's frost was a prison. Writers' logs from the frontier era describe shards of something older embedded in ice teeth, not tools. Wild's expeditions recovered glyphs, not warnings. The guild's own reports, redacted in ink darker than blood, admit failure. Yet here we are, ecological balance, a performance. The ice breathes, the ice asterisk bleeds asterisk. What do riders see when they kneel at the frozen dominion? A dragon. What does the ice see? A familiar. The guild's equal dragon was a mirror cracked against elder power. Velkhana is a mirror polished to a scream, both shattered. Both left to blade. The guild's hands, veiled in science, stitch new cages, but the old gods do not forget. They wear frost like skin, they wear silence like a shroud. You think the guild seeks control, they seek communion. Every expedition a prayer, every kill a sacrament. The balance they preach is a ledger, a tally of offerings. What wakes when the ledger is full? Not a dragon, not yet, something older. Something the equal dragon weapon failed to name. The ice does not forgive, it remembers. And Velkhana, she is the hymn. The threshold, the key, the guild's final mistake, thinking the vault could be end without becoming part of its lock. The guild's ledgers call it balance, a frozen equilibrium, but the ice breathes, it asterisk hums asterisk. Frost-rimed logs in Shrade's final days speak of shadows that moved when no wind stirred. Of a king who bargained with cold Itzulfinli to find his throne a coffin. Capture not slay, the guild's creed. They sealed Velkhana in Hoarfrost's grip, believing containment a victory. Yet her lair's geometry defies nature. Spiral chambers too precise for accident, the same spirals etched into Shrade's ruins, a language of ice. A hymn to something older than the guild's chains. They archived her roars as behavioral data, never the silence that followed. Never the way the frost asterisk thickened asterisk after each death. The Shrade collapse wasn't a mistake, it was a message. A warning carved in frozen flesh, asterisk you do not cage what you do not understand, asterisk and yet the guild persists. Their traps snap shut on wolves, on worms, on truths that melt under scrutiny. Velkhana's domain is no prison. It is a asterisk sanctuary asterisk, a ritual kept alive by every captured beast, every slayer's blood spilled on sacred ice. What if the guild is not the hunter, but the asterisk right asterisk, the ice whispers, the ice asterisk remembers asterisk, 174 words. The ice does not forget, beneath Velkhana's glacial breath, the guild's balance carves a right older than frost. Every stag culled, every predator starved calculated offerings to a buried cult. The hoarfrost reach is no mere dominion. It is a sarchagus, cracked ice reveals not bones, but obsidian altars veiled in rhyme. The guild's hunters do not slay for order, they asterisk awaken asterisk. Velkhana's subzero coils are not a guardian, but a gavel pounding the ritual drumbeat, what stirs beneath the permafrost, not a dragon. A asterisk choir asterisk, the guild's management is a hymn, each stag a verse, each frozen like a stanza. The ice-veiled elder dragons sleep not in death, but in asterisk suspension asterisk their cult nourished by the guild's silent war. The cold is no accident, it is a crucible. Velkhana's domain, that ecological balance, is a scaffold for resurrection. The guild's blades do not spill slayers' blood, they asterisk anoint asterisk the thaw. Can a frozen faith rot? No, ice preserves. Ice asterisk hatches asterisk, the hoarfrost reach trembles, not from the serpent's passage, from the weight of wings folded in ancient frost. The guild's true dominion is not the land, It is the asterisk awakening asterisk. The ice whispers no longer. It asterisk screams asterisk. And beneath the snow, the cult's heartbeat sinks to the guild's blade. The frozen are not buried. They are asterisk brewing asterisk. They call it balance, they call it duty. But the guild's chains clink in rhythm with Velkhana's frostbound hymn. Each capture a shackle, each ritual a thaw. What do they fear beneath the ice? Not chaos, order. A geometry older than the guild's own bones. The hunters are taught to spare, to contain. Yet Velkhana's kills are not waste, they are asterisk offerings asterisk. A language the guild translates, not condemns. Their logs omit the patterns. Every sacrificed beast faces north. Every frozen pool mirrors the same sigil. The same sigil etched into the guild's founding charter. You were told the guild preserves life. What if they asterisk edit asterisk it? What if ecological balance is a ledger of sacrifices, debts paid to a debtor's crypt? The ice does not lie. It asterisk records asterisk, each scream a glyph, each death a verse in a hymn older than the Dominion itself. The guild's blade does not hunt, it asterisk invites asterisk, and the hunter, bound by their code, becomes the acolyte, the captor. The midwife to a frost-bound god's rebirth. How many truths are just permissions? How many rituals just policy? The snow is not silent, it asterisk counts asterisk. And when the final sacrifice is made, the guild's mask will crack not to reveal a cult, but to bury one. Beneath the ice the heartbeat grows loud. The guild's blade never wavered, it was always the right. Next, the guild's bloodstained altar abyssal maws dark secret. Velkhana's frozen dominion masked a cult of ice-veiled elder dragons. The guild's subzero domain was no accident, each frostbound ritual chipped at the seal. The ice's whispers were warnings. Not of balance, but of awakening. You stand at the threshold, the altar bleeds, the maw hungers. What truths lie beneath the frost? Beneath Velkhana's frost-laced breath, the ice does not merely freeze, it breathes. Each crystalline shard hums with a resonance no natural phenomenon should possess. The guild's tales of balance are curated silence. What if every blizzard is a chant, every glacial shift a step in an ancient rite? The hunters who tread these wastes track not a beast, but a sacrament. Their arrows pierce veils, not flesh. The guild's inaction is no oversight, it is the ritual's keystone. Each hunt a sacrifice, each kill a hymn. How many truths lie buried in the snow, waiting for the right tempest to exhume them?